We are going to be reviewing the Rodecaster Pro today. Now, this is one of my favourite pieces of audio equipment that I own, and in this video we are going to be telling you why. Getting straight into it, guys, as you can see, this is my desk where I tend to edit most of my videos, and my Rodecaster is just sat on the side there looking very professional, so it does definitely look the part. Now, getting straight into it, guys, starting off at the back of the Rodecaster, starting off with the power button and of course the power cable, the USB-C connection for your computer and the SD card slot. There's look to be some monitor connections as well, and each channel, each track does have its own headphone jack. So of course on the Rodecaster Pro you can record up to 4 people, has got 4 XLR outputs coming out of the rear of the interface. So again folks, there are a few things I should point out straight off the bat. This is a lot more than just your ordinary audio interface. It's ideal for podcasting. I use it for doing gaming videos, hopefully a bit of podcasting in the future, but this does a lot more than just transferring audio data from your PC, from a microphone, etc. It is a built-in recorder, so the way I tend to work at the minute with my actual recording setup, I record completely separately on the Rodecaster itself. I record my camera separately, and I record my computer separately, and then I just edit them all together afterwards. I just find editing throughout the video can make it a little bit more fun, and I am teaching myself as I go. But this setup and the Rodecaster specifically has made that process a lot easier, and you're completely future-proofing yourself in a sense, because it allows you to do things that an ordinary interface wouldn't allow you to do without the use of a computer. Like, you need to film a podcast, or if you need to film, well, anything that you can, you don't have to use a computer, is what I'm saying. You can literally just get your camera out, get your Rodecaster on, record your audio, camera, then in DaVinci Resolve or whatever recording editing software that you use later on, you can then go ahead and patch them all up and align all the tracks together. So the Rodecaster does give us the ability to record in mix minus. So as you can see here, we're going to go ahead and effectively mute one of the tracks. Now with the slider up, all the audio can still be heard through your headphones or whatever device you have connected to the Rodecaster, but whatever audio is muted on that track will not end up on the final recording. On the right hand side you can see a few extra tracks, so of course you can link a mobile device to the Rodecaster, which can be extremely useful if you're someone who's wanting to do podcasts, especially if you're just wanting to get a person to give you a ring. The call will come through and the call will be recorded as well. So if it is just an audio podcast you are interested in, or even if you're filming it as well, this does allow you to do a lot of things, and it is a really cool feature of the Rodecaster. Of course, we do have a slider for the USB connection for your computer, which is great. So once you've got the Rodecaster connected via USB-C through your computer, you've got headphones plugged into the actual Rodecaster itself, your computer will automatically recognize the Rodecaster as your input and output device. Therefore, you can actually control the volume of the audio that's coming in from your computer. So if you've got headphones connected, for instance, when I'm doing my gaming videos, I'll connect it up. Then the audio that's coming through from the computer and from the gameplay will also then be recorded as well. So that's a really cool, handy feature, which I absolutely love, especially doing more of the gaming content. You do have Bluetooth functionality as well, so of course that's really cool. And then on the far right-hand side, this does come with pads, which you can actually pre-program with various sounds. This can be done through an app that comes along with the Rode software. You can control this and input any sounds or any intros to these pads. So again, if you've got an intro video, I don't mess around with intros too much in a minute. I like to get straight into it, straight to the point. But in the future, going forward, I might want to do an intro. I might want to put one of the intros on the pads, and then live as you're doing your podcast or whatever video you are doing, you can just slowly fade it out so your intro effectively gets quieter until you then come straight into the podcast or the video that you are recording. So as you can probably tell, I am using the pod mic, which is also a microphone manufactured by Rode. Now what's cool about the Rodecaster is it does already come with presets for the actual Rode microphones, which you can get access to. So we'll do a quick video of that, just showing you a few of the settings and a few of the presets you can control. It does come with the effects preamps, so you can configure a lot of your own settings from your compressor, your de-esser, and all of that stuff. So there is a lot of flexibility with making your voice sound as best as it can, and the preamps in this thing are extremely good. Of course, everybody's voice is different, so have a play around. I'm not going to go into the specific settings too much in this video, as there are quite a few you can adjust. Best thing to do is just go ahead, try it yourself, and see what sounds best with your own voice. Now, the Rodecaster does have an extremely good touchscreen for an audio interface. It is very responsive. The unit itself is also very quiet. You can't hear anything working at all. You can't hear any sort of fans or cooling fans at work. So it is a nice, quiet piece of equipment to use, especially with the purpose of what it's designed for. But as you can see here, just a few of the microphone settings, including the effects preamps. You can adjust your levels, you can go into advanced settings as well. What's easy with the Rodecaster is regarding the product transfer mode. So what I usually do is record directly onto my SD card. Once you've done that, it'll automatically save. Once you literally just press record and stop record, that's your podcast done with all your presets recorded. And that will directly save to the SD card if you wish it to do so. Once you go into product transfer mode and it's hooked up with the USB-C to USB on the computer, it will automatically open the Rode file with all the podcasts in. And from there, you can just go ahead and literally copy and paste the file to your computer. So really handy, really easy, and user-friendly. Altogether, guys, this is a very, very good piece of equipment. And like I said before, you are future-proofing yourself. I love a Rodecaster very much. If you're looking to start podcasts or anything down that side of things for YouTube, it is ideal. You will not regret it. Now, brand new, they do have quite a pricey price tag. But obviously, remember, you can get these very decent in second-hand condition. It is a very good piece of equipment. It works ideal. Even the Rodecaster itself, it's all made out of metal. It's a very sturdy, a very professional feeling piece of equipment. It doesn't feel tacky. It feels strong and robust. And it does make your workload easier. It definitely makes the whole process of editing videos and recording videos a lot easier. I absolutely love it. And like I say, it's ideal for gaming, perfect for podcasts. And if I want to do anything more with it, the boundaries of what I can do with this piece of equipment goes past my needs. So I know if I want to get a bit deeper into any other genres of videos or any other kind of production material in the future, I know that I can do it with the Rodecaster, especially if you've got it hooked up to your computer with the USB-C permanently. Like I said, just playing games, even if you're not recording with it, you do have the option to have the audio come through to your Rodecaster on the slider for your USB channel, so you can hear the game's volume as well as hear the actual audio that's coming from your own mouth at the same time, so you can hear them on different tracks. It does have multi-track recording function as well. I tend to stick to recording in stereo, just because I find it easier and simpler, and for what I do, it's not necessary for me to record in multi-track. It does give you a bit more freedom to edit, especially if you're doing podcasts and you want each person to have their own track. If someone's a bit quieter, you can then edit the track individually in post-production. Now, like I said, with me doing my gaming videos, it's not 100% necessary for me to do that. Now, on this Rodecaster, it does input all the tracks. I think it's 9 tracks, or there's a lot of tracks. There's a lot of tracks that imports. You can't import just 4 tracks if you're using 4. It will import all 9 tracks, even the ones that are not getting used. So it will take up a lot more space for multi-track recordings, and it will make the whole page on your editing software a little bit more messy and a little bit more distractible. So I tend to just stick to recording in stereo, which is as simple as just hitting record and going. But it does have that function, and that is really cool, because if you are doing podcasts, you might be interested in recording that way. Again, I've recorded with multiple people before just to test it and test its capabilities. And, multi-track's great, but stereo works absolutely fine. so it's not something to worry about, but definitely a useful tool that it has. The fact that you can record in multi-track is amazing. But all around, a great piece of equipment, and I would highly recommend getting the Rodecaster. Like I said, it does have quite a high price tag, but chances are you won't regret the purchase. And later on down the line, especially if you're podcasting and you want to be a bit more portable, it is ideal. Your average interface, you can't just record into it. You need a computer with it. It's not the worst thing in the world. But if you're not, or even if you are and you just don't want the hassle of the computer, you can just take your Rodecaster, your XLR cables and the microphone, and you can just record there and then wherever you are. So great piece of equipment. I do highly recommend it. And it is very easy to use. I know some of the settings and some of the touchscreen capabilities, it takes a bit of learning how to use properly, and there's still learning for me to do on this yet. There's still things I haven't used that I could do with using. I want to get more familiar with the actual Rode app on the computer. I do have it downloaded, but I've not actually played around with it too much at this point, especially not in my videos. So going forward, I do want to try and have a look into that. But this is probably, I've been using the Rodecaster for about, I'd like to say, roughly about 3 months now. So essentially this is a 3-month review, and I can't fault it. It is an amazing piece of equipment for audio and video production. But other than that, guys, I would like to thank you very much for watching. Please, if you could, like, comment and subscribe. It does help me out a lot with being a new channel. Let me know how this video has gone, because this is the first review video I've done yet. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll go back to the channel and watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much, guys. My name is Stephen, and we will see you in the next one. See ya.